So we're going to talk about influencer Ariela LaLangosta, her cause of death, things that have been revealed by the police, and also some theories as to why there was a targeted hit out on her. There are quite a few theories circulating on the internet. Some were that it was that 6ix9ine was actually the target and they got her, but that's not what happened. But before we get into all that, y'all please hit the like button. Now let's get into the mess. So we're going to start with a quick news report about what happened, and then we're going to go into some of the theories.
Yeah, Sandra, there's quite a memorial outside of this lounge. Ariela Polanco worked for several years. A woman just walked up and lit a candle, tells us that she worked alongside her, and she was Ariela as always being happy. Well, it's the exact opposite now that the nightlife community is feeling. And even though police say this killing was likely targeted, well, those who worked alongside Ariela are now in fear until this killer is caught. There's no small way to say goodbye to someone who was larger than nightlife. Her name spelled out across a floral heart, a big portrait on West 202nd Street, right next to Opus Lounge, one of the spots she worked at. There's only one way people describe Ariela Polanco.
She's beautiful. She was beautiful, pretty.
Known as Ariela LaLangosta on social media, it's that kind of admiration that attracted more than 500,000 followers. Her notoriety as an influencer naturally brought about shock with her death, especially in her community. Cardi B posting R.I.P. Dominican Pretty.
That's what it really hurts, Dominican. Very beautiful. Such a thing like this, very, very sad.
It was Sunday morning at around 8 o'clock. Westchester County Police showed up to a grisly scene on the Cross County Parkway near the Broad Street Mount Vernon exit. Polanco was found dead behind the wheel of her G-Wagon, shot multiple times. She was headed home from work at Icon, New York in Inwood. The lounge writing in part, "Our hearts are broken. Your joy, your humility, and the way you treated everyone with so much care always made you stand out." Police are investigating this as a targeted killing, not random. But investigators are trying to figure out who wanted the influencer dead and why.
Okay, so you've seen, we just did a quick recap so you kind of know what happened. So now we're going to go and read the statement that they released about the facts of the case, what they know so far. There's an ongoing investigation, but this is what they're saying. So this is a public information statement, and it's from the Westchester County Police Department. The woman found deceased in her car on the Cross County Parkway on Sunday died as a result of gunshot wounds. The Westchester County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed today. Ariela Polanco, who has addresses in Westchester and Rockland counties, was found deceased at about 8 a.m. behind the wheel of her car on the eastbound Cross County Parkway near the Broad Street exit in Mount Vernon. Preliminary investigation determined that the woman was likely targeted for violence. So it sounds like maybe she was en route somewhere, actually driving, and they got her on the parkway. Looks like her car was in motion, and I guess it stalled after, the shooting. So that's what the police are saying. So they definitely know and feel that this is a homicide. It's being investigated as a targeted hit on her. So some of the first things that came out was that 6ix9ine was the target. Well, I did some research on that. I don't believe, because they were saying that they were trying to pow 6ix9ine, but he allegedly was not in the car with her, was not anywhere near the scene. I've read different articles and information. He was not there. Now, it is a bit confusing because if you read certain reports, it says that she was in the passenger seat, then it says she was behind the driver's the wheel. So, I think that's just a little discrepancy. But from what I found out, 6ix9ine was not there. Now, the other rumor was that she was dating this person in the life. So let's go ahead and listen. I'll actually read it. This was on TikTok, and I'll read what was posted. Now, there's a lot of things online posted. People who knew about her nightlife, people who I guess frequented these clubs or whatever. So let's get into this one. Ariela LaLangosta, a Dominican exotic dancer, bartender, and former girlfriend of rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine, has reportedly been shot and unalived in New York. Multiple stories are circulating. Some say her vehicle was sprayed with pow-pows for providing information to authorities. Others claim she was caught in an attack meant for her partner, Nada Cartier, a suspected gang leader, and she was caught in the crossfire. No official confirmation has been made by the police or her family yet, but tributes from the nightlife scene and 6ix9ine himself have poured in. This is just sad. Prayers out to her and her family. So this is something that was posted on TikTok. And I did hear like other people from New York who, I'm assuming they're more familiar with kind of that nightlife and these girls that are the bottle girls and people, the dancers and everything. They did make reference that she was allegedly dating some guy who sold rugs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And he would go places and may have like been cutting the rugs and not really giving the pure product, something like that. I don't know. These are just allegations. So that's one theory, that it had to do with possibly her boyfriend. So then I was doing some more research, and then people had started saying, I started seeing comments about her testifying against some gang members. So I started looking it up, seeing if I could verify that. Now I haven't found any testimonies or anything related yet, but I will look into it. So after I found information and I saw references to the fact that she had testified against some gang members, I went online to do some more research. And this is what I found. I saw this on Google. And I haven't looked for the documents yet, but that's the next thing that I'll be doing. There are several theories circulating regarding why Ariela LaLangosta was targeted in the shooting that took her life or led to her death. Retaliation for testimony in racketeering case. Investigators are exploring whether her past cooperation with authorities and testimony during the federal racketeering case against the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods, Tekashi 6ix9ine former gang, played a role. According to International Business Times, UK, and Inkel news reports, she was kidnapped. Okay, you guys, so get this. Kidnapped by members of the gang back in 2018 after being mistaken for one of Tekashi 6ix9ine's girlfriends. She later testified about the ordeal during a federal racketeering case against the gang. Tekashi 6ix9ine also cooperated with prosecutors, and his testimony led to the incarceration of several gang members. Police are investigating whether her death was an act of revenge for this cooperation or a result of lingering gang animosity. So it sounds like she was aware of it. You know, this is something that has probably haunted her for a few years until they were able to get back at her. Targeting of Tekashi 6ix9ine, some social media accounts suggest she was caught in a shootout and the attackers may have been targeting Tekashi 6ix9ine, who was reportedly beside her at the time, according to primetimer.com. However, this has not been officially confirmed. So yes, like I said before, I have read that Tekashi was the target, but so far it doesn't sound like he was even there at the time. So, you know, maybe he is a target, but it doesn't sound like he was in the car with her at the time that she was unalived. Other potential reasons, friends of Mayhap Polanco have told reporters she feared retaliation and had moved several times. Her lawyer described her as a soft-spoken and kind woman who wanted to leave that chapter behind, according to International Business Times UK. So there are a few different theories as to why. What a lot of people are still saying is that she was caught up in the lifestyle, even being associated with Tekashi 6ix9ine, being associated maybe with these gang members, even though it sounds like she was maybe testifying against them, but also the rumors that she's with this guy, Cartier or something, whatever his Nate, right? So it sounds like, people who are from that area who are like, if you read the comments, people are saying she had a fast lifestyle. She had the money. She was running with these gangster type of guys, and she should have known the risk. The sad thing about it is the fact that she has 2 children, right? 2 minors left. And if you look at her Instagram, she looks like she's a party girl, like she party, party, party. And as a parent, as a mother, you are entitled to party, but it seems like she was living a really fast life. And if some of the things that they're saying online is true, then she may have been hanging out with a really rough crowd, like some real gangster type of dudes, right? And she finally it caught up with her. They're saying that, she wanted that lifestyle. She wanted the money. She had the G-Wagon. She had the cars, the whips, the bags, the purses, the clothes, some of the things that like ladies like Cardi B was saying, pretty Dominican. So some of these ladies will do anything to be in that lifestyle and to be with these men who are very dangerous. And people are saying she was with a dangerous crowd. I don't know, but that's the rumor that's out there. I'm just giving you guys the latest information. Do with it what you may. Anyway, jump in the comments. Again, I say RIP. I don't know what her lifestyle was, but I still don't think anybody deserves to lose their life. But jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.